All right, what's going on, guys? We are back. Babs is back, and we're gonna do a little video here of putting, squirrely putts, for that matter. I think I got a message on YouTube. Might actually be an older message. This right here. So here we're talking about a couple things, and then we got here, looking for future videos, how do you handle shorter, very squirrely putts? And then that was Adam, and I said, putts that you miss by 7 feet away, all that good stuff. So we're going to put a video together about putts and how to handle those annoying putts. So here we go. All right, putt number one. So let's say we are here, Tory Pines, hole number 4, and, you made your way long and behind the flag. And we're going to look at the vertical dots. They're kind of putting into here. So I say, okay, 5.2 plus 2.7. It's roughly 7.9. So that'd be a starting point would be in this ballpark. Now my power is 18%. But you want to try and draw a line, so to speak, between these two. So how can I create a line? Where this is one option. So that's the line. And then this is your angle right here. That's your angle. That's your angle. So does this angle look low when you're trying to get in a sense of how this ball is going to come off the club face and finish in the hole with the extra power you're going to add? And typically I add 4 to 5% power when I'm ramming putts like this. But just using JC Sneed, that's 10. So if we're going to take the elevation and add it up here, we're basically looking at, 7 something. So looking at these faster, they're pretty much all consistent. So if I were to just leave this right here and add 5%, you kind of see what happens with the misting. And we're in the hole. And that's a quick reference on how one might be able to tackle a situation like that. All right, we are back on hole number 8. And so kind of like in the previous video, basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a line through the ball to the hole. So that's my baseline, When I'm coming right here, I create this line from the ball to the hole. And then I want to ask myself after that, when I'm doing the math here, at what point do I feel like the ball is going to come off and break in, depending on the extra power that I give her? So again, we're going to do the math, quick math right here. 7 down 3 is 10. So 10 is my starting point. That's through the line. And then my power as calculated is 26%. But if I'm going to ram this at 30, 31%, I want to know, does this line look good to handle that extra 5% of power? Is this ball going to come off and catch the slower dots here? Maybe I need to reduce it a little. So then I'll hit it 31% with a misting and feed it. So basically you're pushing it through the break is what you're doing. But what I'm doing, and I can't go back, is I'm using that initial number, 7 down 3, to get me a first aim. And then from there, we can adjust our line based on the speed and what we're seeing. All right, so here we are on Wolf Creek number 1, front pin. And I'm just going to try and do maybe a couple putts from different courses just to give you an idea of what a squirrely putt would look like. So in this situation, not counting the dots, I'm going to subtract the elevation from this. So this would be 6 minus 1 would be 5. So there's 10, and then we'll take half of that, which is 5. So there's 5. And so I'm kind of looking at, if I'm going to power this, I calculate 47% on the 15 scale or 24% on the 30 scale. And, if you're going to ram, it's generally with the 15 scale. So if I were to look at this angle and say, okay, how do the dots look when it's coming off in here? Is that going to break right away? Does it need a little more aim? How is it going to handle my 52% of power? So in my eyes, I'm looking at this aim and I think maybe I need to touch it a little more out. Or maybe the slower dots at the end are going to actually help it go back in. So I'm going to leave it on 5 hit it 52% and misting early. And we're right in the hole. And it's just a little training your eyes to see the dots for what they're doing and to see, you know, how the ball will respond with that 5% extra power. That way you always have that 5% parameter. So we're back second hole, and again we're on hole number 5, which is a par 5. Come from the fairway, we landed a little long. And you're looking at this and you're thinking, okay, you know, is this a ram putt? Normally no, because 13, 14 greens, if you were to hit this too hard and miss, you're playing with the possibility of going down this hill. So you have to be careful. But you can still make it work. So if we're going to use these numbers here, we're looking at 11.8 or 12. So that's 10 through the line. One full grid is 15. So I'm going to put that out at 15. I'm thinking on 10 and 15, you know, what's half of 5? That's 2.5. So if I put that in between 2.5, that's roughly in a ballpark. But we don't want that. When we do this math, we get 11.8. So 11.8 would be right in here. And my power is 26% when I calculated it. But this is more of a ram, so I'm going to add 5%. And I'm looking at this and I'm asking myself, I'm always asking myself, almost with every putt, what does the angle look like? So I'll draw this line here in my head. And then I ask myself, what does this angle look like? Does this angle look too low? If the ball is going to come off the club face and nosedive and miss, then yeah, it might look low. But that's all about green reading. That's, you know, getting yourself acclimated to seeing the dots for what they are, for using these initial numbers for the aim. And then from here, I think it looks good, so I'm going to add 5% with the misting. Got the misting right in the hole. So I wish I could stop it on the green, but I can't. So the idea is just simply getting to understand your greens, getting to learn how the slope affects with the green speed and how much power you're going to add, and learning to train your eyes to understand what the arc of the putt is going to do as it approaches the hole, but also staying away from trouble. All right, so next hole. Here we go. And we are back. We are on pebble number 1. And we had a headwind, and I put myself behind the flag. So let's say, you know, you accidentally came from the fairway over here, and you hit the ball too long. And now you're back here. So you're behind the flag, not the best position. But again, we're going to take these numbers, add them up, get our power, look at our +5, and see what we can make happen. So we're looking at, you know, 5 plus 2 is 7. So that's 5. That's 7. And I'm looking at this, and my power is 21%. But I'm going to add 5, which will be 26%. So I'm going to say, okay, again, how does the angle look? Looking at the vertical dots, they're actually pushing into the putt. So it might be too much aim, depending on the power. How is this angle good? So I'm going to bring it down a little, because that's what I'm training my eyes to see based on being here before. But if you don't know that, then this is how you practice. You know, get a crappy ball and just practice these things, looking at the angle, taking these initial numbers and going, okay, you know, that's 5.2, or say it's 6.9, it's 7. So there's 5, 6, 7. And I'm saying, okay, that might be a little high. So if I'm going to hit this 26% with a misting, I want to make sure it's good. Misting. And granted, we were a little low. So maybe 7 was actually a good number. Maybe it was. We'll actually put that back and see if I can get that back. All right, so after restarting and getting all my goodies back, I pretty much got as close as I could to 4.8 down 2. Here we have 5 down 2.4. So again, we're looking at 7.5. That's 10. That's 5. 7.5 is right in this ballpark right here. Power is roughly 19%, but again, I'm adding 5 to it. So if I just leave it alone this time and add 5, looking at roughly 24%. So I'm going to hit 24%, misting, in the hole. But it's that practice, that over and over, that, you know, do I want to start hitting at 5%? Do I want to try a different kind of percentage? So forth and so on. Getting accustomed to what you're doing and what you're seeing, and how can that improve for you. All right, so I just stayed on the same hole that you just previously saw me on with the tee box. And I got myself behind the flag like I wanted to do. So say, you know, you had an eagle shot and you're like, dang, I went too far long. So if we calculate this power-wise, we're looking at 18%. But we don't want to hit this 18% because we're giving the green too much time to react to the ball. And that's not, you know, really what we're looking for. We want the green to be able to interact and the ball to go through the green. So let's take these numbers. Again, 6.1 down 3.4, which is roughly 9.5. So that's about there. But now you have to ask yourself, this dot is moving faster than these dots. And if I'm going to hit this 23, 24%, I want to make sure that this ball can come through and get through. So I'm going to bring it down slightly because that's what I see. 23, 24%, missed ding late, or ding it. But that's the game plan. That's how you train your eyes to consistently see these things, to get better. I told myself, hey, if I'm going to add this power, this putt looks a little high. So I brought it down slightly. And that's how you train yourself. Get your eyes to notice these things over and over and over again, and you'll get much better at them. All right, next hole we go. All righty, final hole in this series for squirrely putts. Again, we are on hole 17, Olympic. We made it past the flag. We got downhill. We got some decent dot movement, not too much. But again, same step, same strategy. 5 plus 3 is 8. So again, that's 10, 9, 8. And we're looking at that. And our power is roughly, it was 16%. But if I add 5, it's going to be 21%. And I look at the vertical dots, they're actually helping. So I'm just going to hit this right here, 21% with a misting. Got the misting right in the hole. So, all in all, this whole putting scheme, it's really just about using the numbers as a starting point. And then from there, trying to get a better understanding of what you want to do with your power. So I start with 5%. Then I learn to read the lines as it's happening, understand the horizontal dots, understand the vertical dots, and then understand what the slope of the green is doing. And if that 5% of power, if I do miss, is going to still put me in a position where I can make the par putt. Again, you don't want to make these decisions if you hit 5% and then the ball blows by and then you have an 8-9 foot putt for poor. So learn to, train your eyes to understand what's happening on the green. And therefore, you can make better decisions and hopefully make more putts. All right. Hope you guys enjoy this little putt, ram putt, squirrely putt idea. See y'all soon and have a great week. Take care. Cheers.